Oh boy. Hello everyone and welcome back to opening night trivia. It's a geek match here today. We've got a great one for you. I am the toxic double team of movie trivia. My name is Alex. With me, of course, is the Misty to my Psyduck. It's Adelaide. Adelaide, how are you?
Jesus Christ. Like, you didn't even pick the best character. What the fuck? Why can't it be Brock? Or Don or you just win.
Brock. Okay, great. That's how Adelaide is today. We've got a great match for you today, a match between teammates. Look, you don't say anything, you don't get to talk. The fact of the matter is we have a hopefully great match between teammates, know each other really well. The categories spun out some interesting options for us here today. It is Antonio Chavez. It is Robert Castner, two people that have been playing in actually one or two fan leagues already against each other, and they've put up banger after banger. Adelaide, what do you think of the matchup?
It's no secret. Like, I work with Robert a lot. He's really cool. I think he's a rising star. He's one of those like shining talents to come in this like past year. And Tony's someone who's been around, I think, since the early days, and is consistently he's been putting off really strong performances. And even now, his only loss was to current champion Joe Farrelly. So there's a lot that could really happen here. Go either player's way. I'm excited to see what happens. Plus, like, they're friends, so this shouldn't end mean. If it does, oops. But it should be a nice day today.
Yep, and it's a close one in the rankings as well. This is number 2 versus number 3. This is a title eliminator as well. One of these will advance to that number 1 contenders match. That's enough from the geeks here on the desk. Who's going to be playing today? Let's hear from them.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Like always, man, I'm always put in this position where I have to play Robert, my boy. It's always tough. I think, weirdly, not putting myself down, but I think he's due, but I'm still going to try my hardest. It's always a surprise. I never know how these matches are going to go, but I love him. He's my boy for life. I usually prefer us being teammates, but I'm always glad when we can always test each other and see how it goes. But otherwise, listen, whoever wins this match will deserve it, and hope they actually goes for the title. So, hey, listen, Robert, my boy, and I never get tired of these one-on-ones, so let's just keep it going and let's give them an entertaining one for them to watch.
Golly, I think this is like number 5 between us, bud. Misty to whatever it is that that Alex had said. Antonio's like the Pops to my Speed Racer. We're not like a Speed Racer X situation. That's maybe insulting. But the point is that he's someone that I can rely on and depend on always. And he always makes sure that I'm thinking about things in the best course of action. So that's how I'm kind of going into this match. We're thinking about things in the best course, because while one of us will rise and one of us will fall, what happens in that rising is that somebody gets to come up and get close to a title contention match. And I hope it's me. If it's not me, it's a win-win situation. That's how it works. I mean, would it be cool to be Batman in this situation? Yeah. Will I maybe be somebody like the Riddler sitting on the other end of the table? That's quite possible. But you know what? It's going to be fun. We're good at this. We like to be good at this. We're going to continue to be good at this. And that's going to cross over here into this match. So, Antonio, I love you too, bud. Let's do this.
Can you imagine if they were just like, I never liked him. He was a means to an end.
This is the day where we get the plot twist of like, we're done as a team. This is me versus you. End of the line.
It wouldn't be the first time Antal has broken up a team. Unfortunately, this team must continue. Adelaide, are you ready to get started?
I'm gonna think about that. Who's the team? Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna I have to ponder whatever you just said.
Great. Introducing first. He is the ranked number 3 contender with a record of 2 wins, just 1 defeat, with 1 win by TKO. He is Antonio Chavez.
What's up, y'all?
And his opponent, he is the number 2 ranked competitor with a record of 2 wins, no defeats. He is Robert Castner.
It's not the only reason, but if we did break up, there would be so much paperwork.
Right.
So Robert, I want to
You
know.
gave me
just
a reason to break up by calling me Pops. I'm like, really? John Goodman? Really?
No, not from that. The cartoon, bud. I don't.
No, it still don't count.
So, Robert, for our editors, I gotta know. Like, are you going by the Ghost or are you going by your new nickname, Cardiac?
No, I'm going by the ghost. That I
Damn
don't
it.
acknowledge the
Damn
cartoon
I know
until
the ghost.
it
I'll-
happens more often. So,
I'll explain it after, Alex.
Great. So we will start with round number one. And round number one, we'll be asking you 10 questions from 10 different categories of what we here at Opening Night Trivia have determined to be geek categories. We will then have around 15 seconds where you can write down your best attempt at an answer. You will then be asked by name to reveal your answers to ourselves, the screen, if you will. Correct answer gets you a point. Incorrect answer will not lose you any points, but you won't gain any either. 3 repeats, challenge. Hopefully we won't use it. Bonus question. We've had it there forever. Maybe we'll reach it. I would expect. I hope. It's a really good one. I hope we get to use it one day. Any questions from the competitors?
No.
no, I retract my previous statement if it's going to make my teammate upset. So
It's all right, man. But like,
Reasonable. Yes, Adelaide.
Can I please take the first question?
oh, okay.
Your first question will be delivered by the wonderful Adelaide Spence.
Hell yeah. First category is the MCU.
Oh.
What MCU movie opens with the song Blue? Name of the song. I also just want to avoid the second question, so I gave that to you.
Thanks.
My good graces.
Blue is also a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Where absolutely
It's
nothing.
one of 3 colors, if you were.
Sure.
Question only for Jake Marangoni.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Antonio
Iron Man 3.
and Robert.
Iron Man 3.
Both are correct.
I thought it was a different title.
Dabba dee dabba die.
Yeah, that was the title.
All right, we go now to the Wizarding World. We learn in Deathly Hallows Part 1 that Mundungus Fletcher lost Slytherin's locket because who took it from him?
So, we were talking in our little group chat about like cool people. Why Robert should be called Cardiac, because in most of his matches now they just go to sudden death, and it almost kills Anthony each time. That would be a fun like consistency thing for him.
I propose that Anthony will drop me as a client by year's end.
You must never stop trying to annoy him. It's really important to me for some reason.
I do it the best unintentionally, I promise.
Great. I think I do it the best intentionally.
Yes, you do.
Like, just, remember Working Title? That show blows.
Whoa! Hey!
Not fired.
Nowhere else on the internet do you get Muppet Les Mis. Check yourself.
It's true. There's a reason. Pens are down. We will go to Antonio.
Bellatrix Lestrange.
Robert.
Dolores Umbridge.
Dolores Umbridge is correct.
Yeah.
Next question comes in Marvel. In Kingsman: The Secret Service, who plays Gazelle, Valentine's hench woman? We're inclusive here at totalitarian dictatorships.
Are we gonna just ever address the facts that we're recording this during Pride Month?
I mean, this is going to come out in like August.
Oh,
It took me longer to come
it's
out. Though,
fair.
so.
Our release schedule has been garbage lately.
I have to
You're-
up my rainbow game.
Yeah. All right, I'll hold off the confetti cannon for a while.
4, 3, 2.
Paid a lot of money for that.
Antonio
Sophia Botella.
and Robert,
That's Sophia Butella.
both correct.
That's correct. All right, we go now to the category of Middle Earth. In what Middle Earth movie does the elf Haldir die?
You don't need to write the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So I just looked up if Mr. Brightside appears in any Geek films, because I would really love if we could ask a question about someone coming out of the cage and so be inclusive for Pride Month, you know?
Like
Does it? Because that sounds like a GCC question. Does it?
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Absolutely does.
Let it roll downhill there.
I don't mind getting a question wrong.
Yeah, just put it, in mixed bag. In The Holiday.
I still haven't seen that. I gotta see that.
4,
I've seen it like
3,
2 or 3 times.
2,
It's always on TV.
Because of your wife, I bet.
No, it's just that was always on TV.
Well,
I like it.
right. Robert
2 Towers.
and Antonio.
2 Towers.
For the writers of Brohan, actually, but we'll give it to you.
All right. That's a reference that like very few people will.
A small portion of the audience will get, but it's a good one.
Your next question will come from the category of mixed bag.
Yeah, it will.
Yep.
In what movie does a teenage girl named Casey Cook get kidnapped? Okay, big hint there, because it could be woman napped. But we narrowed it down for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You almost got me with this one.
Difference between patricide and matricide, you know?
Yeah, a letter.
Indeed.
A chromosome, but I'm low. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is what solo hosting looks like. Antonio
Split.
and Robert,
Guys, it was a connected universe the whole time. Split.
both correct.
It's the worst part of
Until
that
like the
movie.
last second.
It's the worst part of that movie. All right, we go now. Your 6th category, DC. In what DC movie can we find a villain named Max, a Special Forces High Command officer? Oof.
I have nothing to offer. Right? You said Max, my brain went right to Mission Impossible, and that's about it.
Okay. See, I went High Command, and I just started thinking about all of the different like generals that have to smoke weed to like get through it. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at.
Like Bill Hader in Pineapple Express.
That sounds like a comedy that fucking what's his face Rob Schneider would do in the 90s, or Danny McBride would do now.
Has anyone seen my? Oh, never mind.
1. Robert
The Losers.
and Antonio.
I'm glad I finally saw this. Losers.
Yeah, me in high school is correct.
Oh, come on.
Right, me now. DCEU next category. In a Wonder Woman 1984, on what date do Steve and Diana steal the fighter from the museum? Fighter jet, say. Not like they just like picked up Rocky and took him out.
See, I instantly went from like the movie The Fighter.
Oh,
I was like, cool.
Oh, hey, look, a movie directed by a really shitty dude. Got 4 of these back home.
Honestly, you can say that about a lot of movies.
A lot of people, a lot of directors. Yeah.
That should be one of our exhibition matches.
That's just regular trivia, buddy. 4, 3, 2, 1.
All pro
Antonio
Ratner.
Guessing because there was fireworks July 4th.
and Robert.
I freaked out that I was like, yeah, there's fireworks July 4th.
Yeah, both correct.
All right.
All right. Going pretty well so far. We go now to the category of quotes. Which Middle-earth character said the following quote? Look for your friends, but do not trust to hope. It has forsaken these lands.
That's just sad.
Sad. The state of things a little while ago. It's just... It's good to be in a different year. I have
It
a
was looking
crown.
good town, and then this happened. I will use a repeat, actually.
That is Robert's first repeat. Once again, from the category of quotes. Which Middle-earth character said the following quote? Look for your friends, but do not trust to hope. It has forsaken these lands.
We could just open up the jar again about how bad Middle Earth is if you want.
Middle-earth?
Yeah.
But I like the Middle-earth.
I like High Earth.
Most of Middle-earth.
High Earth is the sequel to High Command.
I don't know.
It constantly transcends different realities.
That should have been an episode.
We should pitch that working title. 3, 2, 1. Robert
Gandalf.
and Antonio.
I switched from Gandalf to Aemir.
No perfect round. Back to a tie game. Antonio is correct.
Good
Yep.
job.
Aemir is correct.
Thanks for the repeat. Let me think of that.
Damn it.
Oh, shit. Next question comes in Star Trek. Nothing but Star Trek. In Star Trek Generations, what type of animal is Spot, Data's pet?
Is this going to be my punishment if I ever cancel GCCs? I have to now host Working Title, and Anthony gets to make fun of me.
We'll have Anthony host Geek and just
How are
watch
those
his brain
15
implode.
views treating you, buddy? I'm like, no,
Hey! Each video gets 15 views. We're working up.
no. I recently apologized for the horrible things I said about Working Title, and I meant it. I really did.
The things or the apology? 3, 2, 1. Antonio
He's like cat.
and Robert.
I'm learning. It's a cat.
Yes, Mr. Mistopheles is correct.
Cat. All right, and that will lead us to your 10th and final question in this round, number 1, from the category of Star Wars. In Rise of Skywalker, who is revealed to be a spy for the Resistance inside the First Order?
If you were a spy, who would you out? Like who would you like reveal the secrets of?
In this Pride Month, out somebody, Adelaide.
Hey,
I thought you knew better, probably.
we're gonna hit the rewind button. Ignore what you just inferred my sentence as. It's like, oh, maybe 15 seconds.
To be perfectly
5,
honest, that Alex guy, really
3,
shady.
2.
Where's he getting all this money?
Robert
General Armitage Hux.
and Antonio.
One of the worst reveals ever, General Hux.
Both are correct. Still no perfect rounds. We were right there. We could ask you a fun question that's been there for the entire time we've been here.
Yeah. But with a 9-9 game, we do go on to round number 2. Adelaide, hit him with the rules for round number 2.
Oh god. Round 2 is not a wheel round. It is a round where before this match, each player actually removed a category from play, and 3 were then randomized. The player in the lead, or in this case, the player who's higher ranked, is going to decide between the 3 categories. If they'd like to go first or second in the questions as well. And the player who goes second can pick the second between those 2 categories, the third, of course, being seen in round 3. Same as everywhere else, 2 points on a correct answer, or you can go multiple choice to reduce it down to 1. And stealing is always in play in this round.
Thank you for that. Robert, you are the higher ranked player because somebody remembered that a match happened.
Yeah.
So you have control of the board. Today's categories. You know that, but for the people at home, we have Marvel movies, Oscars, and Star Wars. You have control of the board. Would you like to go first or second?
So the first time I did Star Wars. Second time I did MCU. So I'm going to do Marvel, and I would like to go second.
All right. We go now to Antonio. Marvel is off of the board. Would you like Star Wars or Oscars?
I gotta go with Star Wars.
All right. Star Wars is off the board. We will, assuming we need a round number 3, we'll be going to potential 2, 3, and 5 for Oscars. Very interesting. Adelaide, you are the resident Star Wars expert. Why don't you take those questions and I will take...
Sorry, fuck you, David. All right, Antonio, I'll give you your questions in Star Wars. In Solo, a Star Wars story, what rank is Han Solo when we see him fighting for the Empire on Mimban? Five, 4, 3.
Private.
Incorrect. Robert for the 2-point steal.
Sergeant?
That's also incorrect. Looking for corporal.
Okay. That's cool.
In the Force Awakens, why did Kylo Ren take Rey captive instead of continuing the search for BB-8?
Because he sensed that she had seen the map leading to Luke.
That is correct for 2 points. Who is in control of Tatooine in The Phantom Menace?
The Hutts.
That is correct for 2 points. Who provides the voice for Yoda in the Clone Wars movie?
I believe it's Frank Oz.
That is incorrect, Robert, for the 2-point steal.
Man, this sucks. Man. D. Bradley Baker?
That is also incorrect. Looking for Tom Kane.
But he had to reprise his role just like all the others. All right.
And your last question. Who is the first rebel we see killed at the Battle of Yavin in A New Hope? Five.
Porkins?
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, that is all of Antonio's questions for this round before any steals. Picking up some points there, the score is now 15-9 advantage Antonio, with Robert still having 5 questions left in the category of Marvel. Robert, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Your first question. For what reason is Peter Parker given community service in The Amazing Spider-Man?
I'm going to go multiple choice just to be safe.
All right. Is it A, damaging a teacher's car? B, breaking the backboard of the basketball hoop? C, repeatedly being late? Or D, fighting with Flash Thompson?
I believe it is breaking the backboard glass. B, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
That's what I thought. And again, another thing where I just don't say it. Because I like to keep things interesting.
Your second question. Stan Lee's first Marvel cameo was in X-Men as a man with what profession?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, a hot dog vendor? B, a ticket salesman? C, a harbor pilot? Or D, a UN representative?
Hot dog vendor?
That's correct for 1 point. All right. Third question. What was the name of the teleportation experiment which saw the disappearance of Callahan's daughter in Big Hero 6?
Damn it. Man, multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Project Red Hawk? B, Project Swooping Eagle? C, Project Falling Falcon? Or D, Project Silent Sparrow?
Can I hear the options one more time?
Absolutely. That, once again, is A, Project Red Hawk. B, Project Swooping Eagle. C, Project Falling Falcon. Or D, Project Silent Sparrow.
Silent Sparrow?
Correct for another point. Working his way through this round, 2 questions left. In 2005's Fantastic Four, Reed first discovers his stretching abilities when Sue drops what item which he catches?
A wine bottle.
And that's correct for 2 points.
I know a lot more than I should about 2005's Fantastic Four.
All right, so to tie or potentially take the lead, your 5th question in Marvel. At the beginning of Kick-Ass, Dave Lizewski says that his only superpower is what?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are Invincible zits. B. Perpetual virginity. C. Attracting bullies. Or D. Being invisible to girls.
Perpetual virginity.
It is incorrect.
Oh.
So Antonio will now have a chance at a 1-point steal. Once again, your options are A. Invincible zits. B. Perpetual virginity. C. Attracting bullies. Or D. Being invisible to girls.
I'm gonna say D.
It's correct for 1 point.
Those are great multiple choice options. I didn't say anything bullshit.
Shout out to the writing team. So at the end of round number 2, Antonio has come out with a lead, a 2-point lead, but it's enough for right now. 16-14. We go now to the deciding round, potentially, barring any sudden death, which I don't think we've ever actually had to do. We go now to round number 3. In round number 3, each player will have a potential 2, a 3, and a 5-point question to attempt to decide who will win this game. I believe Robert has used just 1 repeat. Antonio has all of his still on the board. All challenges are in play. Antonio, you have control of the board. Would you like set 1 or set 2?
Set 2.
All right, set 2 for Antonio.
Which means I give Robert his questions in set number 1.
Yep.
If you're ready, start with your 2-pointer. Monsters. In what category has the MCU received the most nominations?
Best visual effects.
That is correct for 2 points. Tie game.
Tie game. To break the tie, to take the lead, we go to Antonio. Your 2-point question. What is the only Star Wars movie to receive a Best Picture nomination?
Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
It's correct for 2 points.
Robert, for your 3-pointer. Who received a Best Supporting Actor nomination for their role in A History of Violence?
William Hurt.
That is correct for 3 points.
Yeah. Well done now to Antonio to try to retake the lead. For 3 points, what was the first X-Men movie to receive an Oscar nomination?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat.
All right.
Second repeat.
So repeat. Once again, what was the first X-Men movie to receive an Oscar nomination?
Oh my God. Logan.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Days of Future Past.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're going to have to stay with you to try and hit your 5-point question to send it back to Robert. Otherwise, you will be losing this match. For 5 points and the lead, The Incredibles beat what Marvel movie to the Best Sound Editing Oscar?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat.
Second repeat.
Second repeat. The Incredibles beat what Marvel movie to the Sound Editing Oscar?
Spider-Man 2.
For 5 big
Big points.
Well done. And Antonio has done all he can. This is now on Robert to try and win this match.
Okay. So it's Robert for 5 points. 2 of each remaining. If you hit it, you win. If you miss it, Antonio goes on to play in a number 1 contender match.
Yep.
And your question. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was nominated for Best Visual Effects. Which Geek movie did it lose the award to?
Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
And your winner, the Ghost, Robert Castner. Score of 24-23.
High scoring match. Well done. Well played all around. Both players having to hit their 5-point question. It doesn't get much better than that. Adelaide, let's talk to some players here. Who are we starting with? Antonio. Well played, well fought, well done. Just a 1-point difference. Hitting the 5-point question in Oscars, which is one of our toughest categories, one of our toughest 5-pointers. I think a few people have missed out on them. How do you feel the match went?
It was good. I know because it's a 1-point difference, I'm always going to go back to maybe I should have gone multiple choice. I felt Corporal would have been the right answer for Solo, and for some reason I thought because of the Clone Wars movie, I thought Frank Oz was one of the few original, cast members to come back and voice his character. That's my, that's where I'm going to be kicking myself and not having to just go for it. I should have maybe been smart and just went to multiple choice. So that's always going to bite me in the ass. And then also I wish I would have went with set 1 because I knew the first 2 questions in that one too. But listen, at least we kept it interesting. I'm glad that a very worthy opponents going forward to the contenders match. I'm just going to be kicking myself because it's the Star Wars question that I knew that could have kept me, and it would have been definitely a different game if I got at least one of those questions right. So that's the only thing I want to be beating myself up about.
Yeah, completely understandable, and I understand how you where you went wrong in those. I think I gave one of the answers that you did in one of those as well. So I completely understand. This does drop you down to 2-2. You still have that TKO. You're still fairly highly ranked here. Mm-hmm. At opening night, and the division, because of GCCs and because of the talent that we found out that we had, is going to keep getting more and more intense. Mm-hmm. I still see you as one of the top contenders. I think a lot of people will as well, coming out of this performance. Is there anyone you want to play next?
Just whoever you can throw at me, man. I want to really get back into this because I love the format and just want to keep myself fresh. That's the thing. It's been a while. Also, this is my last one. Not that it's any excuses, obviously, but no, I just I kind of want to get the stink away from this match because even though it was close, I just knew I could have made it different. So just anything to move forward as quickly as possible.
All right. Well, once again, well done. I'm sorry for the loss, but we'll see you back hopefully very, very soon. And today's winner is with us here today, Robert Castner. Well done, well played, well won. A 1-point difference, very close game, which we thought it could be. It was close throughout. Tell us how you did, how you feel you did. Excuse me.
First of all the big shout out to my opponent. The last time he and I played a Geek match, it came down to the same situation, and I couldn't hit the 5-pointer to win. This time I could. It just was one of those things where I was better suited for this question. I was hoping we would get Oscars for the 3rd round because I just feel generally I'm stronger than Antonio in those, and I just happened to be in the set that he took. There's a lot of back and forth. This was a sparring match. I took Marvel. I had my druthers and knew what was ahead of me, I probably would have taken Star Wars. I would have got more points at least, and probably would have went multiple choice on a couple of those. But all the props to him. I'm very fortunate. Glad that, again, the cardiac name can come into effect again because this came right down the wire another time. So whoop-de-doo for everybody out there absorbing this content.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really amazing that a lot of your games come down to just one question or just one or two questions. I think that's consistently winning those, I think is quite impressive.
Okay.
Unlike Antonio, we do know roughly who your next match is. This was a title eliminator. There's another half of this match. Do you prefer, in theory, Mike Shea or Caleb Coho?
I've played neither in all the different leagues. I was Antonio's manager when he played Coho, so I got to see how that went. He mentioned that he was not thinking about, working his way into shape for that particular match. I've seen him in fandom and other things. I know how good he is. I think that would be very difficult, and I would have to really train hard. Mike, I've watched a couple of his matches. I think that would be a nice back and forth. I think, we would play off each other well. I don't have a particular interest in either. I just think it would be fun because, again, I would get to play somebody I have not played as of this moment.
Reasonable. Entirely reasonable. Looking ahead, potentially a title shot somewhere in Robert Castner's future. Hopefully, actually, potentially quite a few title shots in Robert Castner's future.
He has a 50% chance. That's what we can.
It's a pretty good chance.
Yes.
Here, there, and a few other places. Robert Castner, congratulations. We'll see you. Actually, we'll see you real soon.
Thank you.
Adelaide, do you think if we ever played, it would be that good?
I think there'd be a lot of screaming and crying, mostly on my end.
That sounds like fun. These are two friends. They knew each other's strengths going in. They knew each other's weaknesses going in. Robert felt that the Oscars 5-pointer would favor him. He had control of the board going into round number 2. He played it as well as he could have. No perfect round, but 9 points in the first. Bit shaky in the second, but I think those were difficult questions. And then, of course, both players going to the 5-point question. That's the kind of match we go with here in Geek. Is the league on this channel that actually both players could probably hit their 5, or have a pretty good shot. Singles, not as likely.
I mean, you are 3-1, so like you're pretty good.
Remember when I was gonna be potentially the champion? Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for coming out to this opening night Geek. We hope you enjoyed this match. We have a bunch more coming down the line. Also check out GCCs. Also check out the singles division. Also check out Adelaide's hair. And if you will, please get vaccinated. Please stay safe. We need you guys. There's only like 120 of you, and our views average to like 50. So please keep watching. Please keep liking. Please keep sharing. Or don't. But I get paid to sit here and do it. So please do it. I need these sweet checks.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the match. That's the video. David, hit the button so we can all